Y'all got to, well, I ain't gonna say y'all got to excuse the way I look. Y'all know how I look. Y'all know I don't give a damn. So I'm not gonna say y'all got to excuse the way I look. It's just that I know that, I probably look a little worse than usual. But it's a lot of things that I be wanting to share with y'all on TikTok, like give y'all different see, my thing is that, like I said on my old page, and what I've always said throughout since I've been on TikTok, my thing is that I just share my testimony and my thoughts and my ideas. You know what I'm saying? I don't come on my page and try to force people to believe in something, or I don't make them or force them to believe. It's just that I think I consider myself to be a free thinker, and I am able to exercise my mind and be able to think. And I think the fact that we was programmed not to think, but to listen and obey until we have basically let that part of our brain that actually do the thinking, we have to let it go so far until it's not even workable anymore. So even though we don't use 100% of our brain, the fact that you can actually think and think and have a conscience, you are using the invisible part of your brain, because you got a lot of people down here that just do shit and they don't have a conscience. But if you actually have a conscience, like if you actually is able to think, whether you make a mistake or not, you can make the same mistakes all over again. But if you have the ability to think before you do anything, and you know what is good and what is bad within yourself, then you are using a part of your brain that is not really talked about. Because you got a lot of people that don't think about what they do; they just do the shit. And then when they suffer the consequences, that's when it hits them. But if you sit there and you walk into a house and you see your wife cheating on you, you actually got the gift and the power to think, because your mind is going to tell you, okay, if I kill this bitch, I'm gonna go to jail. But if I just cuss the ass out and tell her get the fuck out of my house, then I can it'll be good on me, because I ain't gonna destroy none of my shit in my house. She ain't gonna send me to jail. So I got two decisions. So you're gonna go with one of those decisions. But the fact that you had a conscious mind to know what was good and what was bad, you are using an invisible part of your brain that you don't even know it's a power. Because anybody else would have came into that house and seen it and would have went, and the mind would have left. And they would have done all this shit, and then when they come back to their mind, they don't even know what the fuck they did, because they blacked out. That's what you call it. But it's not that you blacked out. It's just that you have allowed this evilness go all over through your body until that spirit took over your body and did all of this. And now that the spirit then left the body, then you are back to yourself, and you done did a whole crime, and you wasn't even there to witness it. And now you got to suffer the consequences. Don't get me wrong, because I've done it. I have let the power of evil overcome me, and I have did some things that when I woke up from, I'm like, I didn't even know I did that. So it doesn't mean that you are possessed by a demon either. It's just that sometimes when you don't have a conscience, you can do anything if you don't have a conscience. But when you do have one, you is able to think. That's a power in the brain. You are able to think. Some of these brains ain't programmed to think, but yours is. So that means you know within yourself good and evil. So why do you have to be governed and have somebody to control you or tell you what is good and evil, when you know within yourself what is good and what is evil? You know within yourself what is right and what is wrong. So why do I live in an environment that I got to be controlled about what's good and evil and what's right and wrong, when I know within myself what's good and evil and what's right and what's wrong? Because I have a conscience. The ones that don't have a conscience are the ones that need the rules. This is why we are all not the same. So this is why you should watch the friends that you have, especially during these times. Because we're about to come into some little troubled times. And there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers running around here with no conscience at all.